We'll call this meeting to order. This is the Monday, April 17th, formal town council meeting. We will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then Mr. Helms will give our invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Father, as we come before you tonight, we want to thank you for all the blessings of life. We thank you for everything you do for us. We pray that you be with us tonight. Give us wisdom to conduct the town's business. We give you the praise and glory for it all. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Well, it seems from today's social media post, I would be remiss not to put at the top of the order that Hardee's in Fort Mill has closed. So it has drawn quite a bit of interesting comment and content. So I would like to go ahead and at least make the acknowledgement that Hardee's served Fort Mill at a time when no one else would come into the town limits. The council at that time structured a really good opportunity to secure a fast food restaurant. And in exchange, they gave them quite a lengthy contract to be the only fast food restaurant in Fort Mill. So it was a good exchange at the time, but it's been many, many years. I think they came in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, again, they've served Fort Mill and appreciated them being there, but it will be interesting based on all the comments. There seems to be a general belief there's a person behind a curtain that makes decisions on what comes next. It's a free market out there, so it will depend on who wants to buy that property and what they want to place there based on our town codes and ordinances. So it won't be a decision by this council as to what goes there unless there's some miracle that we get the money to buy that lot. So now I'm not remiss anymore. Council members, you have received the minutes for our March 27th and 29th town council meeting and council workshop. You've had a chance to review them. Do you have any additions, deletions, or changes?
I have one edit on the first set of minutes for 327, paragraph under new business. You omitted the E off of my last name, so. Okay. And that one spot. So, I know it's a nit, but we'll put it in there.
Okay.
That's right.
Alrighty then, remind me please to give Mr. Wolf all of my documents to review, because that's pretty good. Alright, seeing that we have no further changes, no further hands, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, thank you so much. Public comment pursuant to the section of 2-46 of the Code of Ordinances for the town of Fort Mill. Any citizen of the town may appear before council for the purpose of providing public comments on any municipal matter except personnel matters. Those who wish to speak must sign in outside of council chambers prior to the start of the meeting. Citizens will be given 3 minutes each to speak. Do we have anyone signed in?
No, Mayor, we do not.
All right, thank you very much. Then we're going to move directly into presentations. Presentation number 1, introduction of new information technology administrator Gretchen McGuire, Davy Broom.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I would like to ask Gretchen if she would join me up here just for a moment. From time to time, when the town has vacancies for positions of department head level, whenever we fill a vacant position, we try to bring the employee and teammate to just introduce them to you. And this is a recorded session, and I know many of our town staff watches this on a regular basis, so it also helps get the information out to them as well. We recently filled a position for one of our IT administrators with Gretchen, and we are very fortunate to have secured her as one of our teammates. She possesses a wide range of experience, having working in a manufacturing and sales organizations with multiple branches in the U.S. and abroad. I know that she possesses this wealth of knowledge because during the interview, she and our other IT administrator, Jason Thompson, carried on the conversation by themselves, and I didn't understand a word. So it was a very good interview, and she fit right in and had all the knowledge we were looking for. I will tell you that an interesting fact about her. In her previous employment, she was nominated to the Global Cybersecurity Council to work on a team securing their network at a regional and global level. So that really just impressed us beyond everything else, that she was well thought of to the point to be asked to serve on that team. So she's been with us a couple of weeks now and has been a tremendous teammate so far. I'll give kudos to Jason Thompson, again, our other IT administrator, for helping out and getting her up to speed on our operating programs and processes. Just for everyone's understanding, we have two IT administrators. Jason predominantly handles the law enforcement portion, technologies in the police department, and also some new technologies in the fire department as well. Gretchen will be handling all the other departments. So that includes the tablets that you have there, as well as all the administrative departments that work out of town hall, and then the ones in the field like public works and utilities and so on and so on. So she's got a very large job, and but she's been doing a tremendous job, and we're just very, very glad to have her here with the town of Fort Mill.
That we are welcoming. Please let us know if we can do anything to make your stay at Fort Mill better. You're working for somebody that has an open door policy, and we are very excited to welcome you to our staff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you,
She gonna
Davey.
make us keep doing those security quizzes online, I guess?
God, I ignore those. Could you clean up mine? It's all operator error. All righty, presentation number 2, recognition of Jim Thomas for years of service to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Penelope is our subject matter expert. I would like to assist in this presentation. I'm going to stay here so that my microphone will record the words that mean so much. The town of Fort Mill extends its greatest respect and appreciation to Mr. Jim Thomas for over 10 years of dedicated service on the Board of Zoning Appeals. Your selfless contribution to this role has helped make Fort Mill a great place to live, work, play, and serve. The town is proud to honor you for your extensive hard work and commitment. And I know that this plaque addresses the 10 years on the Board of Zoning Appeals, but Jim, I know you've contributed to the town many ways, many times, and many years beyond that. So let us all give Jim a standing ovation for his service to the town of Fort Mill.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. I enjoyed doing the work.
Well, we enjoyed having you as our anchor and our mainstay. Your intelligence and your desire to serve is unparalleled. So thank you so much.
Think of me in another year when I can come back.
Absolutely. Hold that plaque up so they can see it. There you go.
Yes. And we really do appreciate you, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you.
I've
I
enjoyed
can never
working
get you
with
to call me Jim. You know
I
that.
know.
I tried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Penelope. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim.
I served with Mr. Thomas on BZA for a little while and definitely appreciate the expertise and the knowledge and the time to dive deep into a lot of subjects and things around them. I don't think a lot of people understand the significance of the Board of Zoning Appeals and not power, that's not the right word, but the decisions that they are charged with trying to see through, and it's a big responsibility, so thanks very much.
Thank you.
I think we have other members that have served. I see Jody Stigall and Miss Becky Campbell. It's a thankless job on a given day. It is, but we all appreciate the effort that goes into it. for everyone that's watching this later, this is a voluntary service that these folks get into, and on a given day, it's a lot of fun. On others, not so much. So we appreciate your tenacity, your patience, and your knowledge as you go forth in helping to lead this town. Thank you.
I think it's one of the things that makes Fort Mill great, citizen service. I mean, getting involved in your community. That's one of the things, you know, we're all in this town together. We really appreciate all the volunteers and people get involved and serve the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate your attendance. Presentation number 3, the 14th Annual South Carolina Strawberry Festival. Jacana Hester is our subject matter expert.
Before I present this one, I did just want to note, Dina and I had the chance to attend some conferences earlier in the year, and we won, we attended the Southeastern Festival and Events Association, and we won the best program or brochure for the South Carolina Strawberry Festival.
Yay.
Great.
All right. Good work.
And then for the North Carolina Festival and Events Association, we won the best print media, and then also the best brochure for the South Carolina Strawberry
Great.
Festival.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We definitely won the best tasting festival
Yes.
in the area.
Definitely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Comes with a lot of
Thank
work.
you. Yeah, we have a great team that works on it all together. Dina and Chris, they're wonderful, and we're just happy to work together and have a great team. And all of our town staff, our South Carolina Strawberry Festival Committee that, includes all of our town departments. So we appreciate what everybody does to make it happen. So this year, of course, the event is hosted by the town of Fort Mill. Our presenting sponsor is Sunbelt Rentals this year. And then we always have wonderful Springs Farm that comes along beside of us and supports us with their delicious strawberries. So the South Carolina Strawberry Festival began in 2009. This is our 14th year of hosting the festival. And it always includes just great music, children's entertainment, strawberry ice cream and donut eating contest, cornhole, which is new this year, food vendors, regular vendors. We have rides, fireworks, and of course delicious strawberries, along with a lot of other things. And then preceding the festival this year, we've had our pageants, which we had this past Friday and Saturday. And then upcoming, we have the Strawberry Sprint and Stroll 5K, which includes the Jam this year, the Strawberry Scavenger Hunt, the Strawberry Soiree, the Strawberry Festival Brunch, and the Strawberry Festival Golf Tournament. And this is a picture from last year. This year, Debbie Whitsett, which is a local artist, she created our 14th annual poster. And it features local Springs Farm strawberry fields. And then we also have a little hidden feature for 150th this year. So when you see that poster, try to find what we've included in there to celebrate the town's 150th. You can purchase one of these limited edition posters at Olive's Mud Puddle on Main Street, and they are $25 each. And that's a picture of her holding it. And like I said, we had our pageants this past weekend. We crowned beautiful, sweet new queens for the events this year. And I'm looking forward to everyone being able to meet all of these Little Miss winners, and then also our new Teen Miss and Mrs. Strawberry queens. The Strawberry Sprint and Stroll is on April the 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The run will take place from 10 to 11-ish. They will do the 5K first and then do the fun run and then lead into the Jam, which we think it will begin around 11. And this event will include our local merchants. They'll have vendors set up behind, in the municipal lot behind Improper and Amore, that area. They'll have food trucks going down Confederate, and then there are some vendors that will be set up on Main, and Threshold Party Band will be set up in the band stand playing music throughout the day. And some other special things, we'll have our Town of Fort Mill 150th historical display there too for people to enjoy. Also, during the day on Saturday, the Fort Mill History Museum will be hosting their strawberry scavenger hunt. It takes everyone around downtown Fort Mill to learn the history of our beautiful town. And you will pick up your the clues and a special pin at the History Museum, and then do the route, and then just take it back to the History Museum to turn it in, and then you are entered into it for a chance to win prizes for that. That evening, the History Museum is hosting the Strawberry Soiree, and I know they're still trying to sell tickets for this. So if you go to scstrawberryfestival.com and just click on their page, it will show you all the details about that. And this is a fundraising event for them, and it's a great event. It has music, it has delicious food. They do a silent auction, and then we'll also have our Town of Fort Mill 150th display set up there that evening as well. And I did want to say too about the run. They are still taking registrations for the run. That is up to around 400 runners right now, but they are still taking reservations, so that's exciting.
And walkers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And
for
walkers,
those
yes,
of you
walkers.
that don't run,
And,
run.
and
So
people, and babies and strollers.
It's a great walk, and it's an interesting walk.
Same route as last year?
Did we change up a little bit? It was basically the same, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, pretty much the same. I think the fun run was just a little bit different. Our Strawberry Festival brunch is on Sunday, April the 30th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it is hosted by the Ann Springs Close Greenway Gateway Canteen. You can still make reservations for that. I know there are still some tickets left, but they do go fast. But you can go to the scstrawberryfestival.com website and click on their page, and it will take you to a link to pick a time slot that you can attend. And of course, we have our Queens and Barry out there too to take pictures with, as well as our Town of Fort Mill 150th display for everyone to enjoy. Our South Carolina Strawberry Festival golf tournament on Tuesday, May 2nd is sold out. Our sponsor spots are all full. So it goes really fast every year. Mike Zemke does a great job leading that up. So we're just looking forward to a beautiful day to just enjoy that. And then for our festival, which is just one day this year, on Saturday, May 6th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Walter Elijah Park. Here is a site map of the event, and I also passed out brochures with all the detail that also has our map in it. Of course, you know, we'll enjoy our beautiful, beautiful music from our amphitheater stage. We have the rides, we have the Fun Zone tent, which is sponsored by Comporium, and we have just a wonderful schedule of events that's also in the brochure in the tent that day. This year, we're having Pretty Bird Paradise, which is a bird exhibit where you can go in and actually feed the birds, so that'll be fun. And new this year, of course, our cornhole tournament set up down there in the bottom area. On the amphitheater stage that morning, the Fort Mill Elementary Schools will be singing at 10 a.m. We have six of our local schools doing that. And then our welcome ceremony will be at 2 p.m. where we will have town council, our MC, and then our Strawberry Queens, town staff, our committee, all of that participating in that event. Pleasant Knoll Middle School will be doing our national anthem, and then we're going to have some fun giveaways for y'all to throw out to the crowd during that. On the amphitheater stage, all of that entertainment after the schools starts at 11:30. We have Ryan Perry, which is a country artist, Carolina Rhythm Band, a variety band, Envision, which is also a variety. Rigsby Road is the 9-piece women Americana group there. They are incredible. Dina and I got to see them at one of our conferences. And then the entertainers will be doing beach music, Diamonds and Whiskey, country, and then we're going to end the evening with the Billy Joel tribute by The Stranger. And then in our Comporium Fun Zone tent, we'll have DJ Brown Sound doing a few sessions with hula hoop and cakewalk contest, our strawberry baby contest 11 to 12, strawberry ice cream eating contest from 1 to 2, our donut eating contest from 2 to 3, and then the interactive theater, which is juggling, balancing, and more at 3, and then ending that schedule with the music bingo from 4 to 6. And Abbott's is our ice cream sponsor, and the Peach Stand is donating their delicious strawberry donuts. Carolina Cornhole, this is our first annual Strawberry Festival Cornhole Tournament. It's going to be held during the festival. They are taking online registration now, and then that morning from 10 to 10:45, they will take a few on-site registrations, but you can find all the details in the link on how to register at scstrawberryfestival.com. And they are giving out a lot of great prizes and money for that. Our Strawberry Baby Contest, that will be at the Fun Zone tent at 11 a.m. during the festival. Our baby contestants, they get all dressed up in their strawberry attire. You just have to register at the Fun Zone tent between 10:30 and 10:45 a.m. that morning. We have judges that will pick one winner and one runner-up from each of these age groups, 0 to 12, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. And the rules are a parent or guardian must accompany the child on stage. They must be dressed in strawberry attire. Accessories are permitted, and if you use strawberries, they must be Springs Farm strawberries. And each winner will receive a trophy and prizes for that. And that is some of our previous year's contestants. There are special events. During the festival, we have the car show going on from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. by Dixieland Cruisers. Like I was talking about, the Pretty Bird Paradise will be set up from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The food trucks and vendors from 10 to 9:45 p.m. and the rides from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Roving entertainment from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then our tournament, cornhole tournament, begins at 11. That's a lot of pictures from last year. And then our public parking lots are Nation Ford High School, Fort Mill High School, and then our downtown lots include St. John's United Methodist Church, First Baptist Church lot, and the Fort Mill Church of God. And those all have shuttles that will take you to the festival with our handicapped shuttles and parking at St. John's United Methodist Church and First Baptist Church. And then our local lots that we have close to the festival that you can walk from is the Church of Nazarene, and then the Ann Springs Close Greenway, the horse pasture off of North White. Our beer, wine, and cider sales at the festival this year, we will have ID checks, tickets, and wristband sales beginning at 2 p.m. and the serving time will be 3:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. This is hosted by the Fort Mill History Museum, and then our prices are $6 and $7 there between domestic premium ciders and wine, and then water is also going to be sold at their tent. And then you can find other drink sales around the park. There's 4 Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company trailers out there. They're the big red Coke trailers. So that's where we will sell Coca-Cola products, including water, soda, and juices. Our sodas and water are $3, our juices are $2, and then also Dr. Pepper will be set up sampling near one of the trailers. There are new strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, and we've tried it, it's delicious. And then also toward the end of the evening at the North White Street exits, they're going to be handing out actual cans to people leaving. And then we have our strawberry food menu. Dina's been working a lot on this. She has put together a delicious menu with all of our food vendors. We require all of our food vendors to have a strawberry item. And this is a list of all of the strawberry items. So you need to start at 10 a.m. and work your way till 10 p.m. to sample all of these items. But you can go to our website, our festival website, and you can see this menu. We will also have it available by barcode and some printed copies at the festival. Then we have our Strawberry Festival t-shirt sales and merchandise. This is new this year. We have partnered with Brand Pro and Rock Hill, and they are setting up a web page for us so the public can go and purchase these new t-shirts and some other merchandise there. And then will also be set up at the festival near the Fun Zone tent selling t-shirts as well. And then, of course, what our festival is all about, Springs Farm strawberries. You can get those now at Springs Farm Market and the Peach Stand. And at the festival, you can find them at space B and I on the map, but it's mainly the North White Street entrances is where they will be selling those. And then all of their other merchandise and strawberry stuff will be at the Peach Stand tent. Our festival rules and details, you can bring a chair or blanket, especially do that so you can sit and enjoy all the great entertainment. No coolers, no outside food, no outside drinks or alcohol, no golf carts, no bicycles, no pets, only service animals. No smoking or vaping, no profanity, and no firearms or weapons. And then our fireworks display will be at 9:45 p.m. immediately following our last act on stage. We're still looking for some volunteers. Dina is our coordinator. I keep looking for her. I need to see where you're sitting. But we still have a few spots open for the festival this year. We've got a lot already signed up for, but we do still have a few spots. And I ask if you do sign up that you just read that volunteer handbook so you can really understand your job and what you will be doing. And you will also get a volunteer t-shirt for you when you volunteer if you attend one of the volunteer sessions, which we will be holding to train everyone on their jobs. But you can find all that on our festival website as well. And then, of course, we can't do the festival without all of our wonderful sponsors. And as I said before, Sunbelt is our presenting sponsor this year. We have Pucker Butt, Coca-Cola, Rock Hill Coke, and Comporium, as some of our top sponsors. And then, of course, all of these other wonderful sponsors, a lot of new ones this year. And I think this is the most we've had in a very, very long time. So, and then our event host partners that partner with us on events. We appreciate all these people, and we just ask that everyone, if you do business with them, please thank them for sponsoring and supporting the festival. And this is just some more pictures from last year. And then please check out all the details for everything. Everything that you can have a question about is on the festival website, scstrawberryfestival.com. You follow us on Town of Fort Mill Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and then also follow South Carolina Strawberry Festival on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all event updates. And then also, this is our beautiful Strawberry Festival Committee. We couldn't do this without them either. Everyone taking on a role, doing amazing things. And that's a list of everyone and their jobs. And that's it.
It's a tremendous amount of work that goes into providing this for our community. And Jacana, you have done a beautiful job every year that you have worked with this. So thank you so much. Thank you to our community volunteers. They're invaluable no matter what. And I look forward to appealing to the weather to participate with us this year.
Yes.
Mayor's responsible for the weather.
Yeah, no.
Connie, you got it right.
No, I wish, but no. But
Lots of
we've been
prayers
very
for good weather.
fortunate out of the 14 years. I only remember twice out of the 14 years that we've had you know, had to shut it down for thunderstorm or something, but
Yeah.
we've had very, very blessed weather, so I think it'll probably be wonderful.
Yes.
So thank
we're
you so
Getting all
much.
this rain out of here now, right?
Yeah.
That we've been having.
Pollen too.
Yeah. oh,
Pollen too,
amen.
yeah.
I think
I do.
Go ahead. No,
So,
you're-
I want to say congratulations in advance. I know it's a huge amount of work, and I'd be tired just reading through all the details. So I want to thanks to the staff and all the committee has worked us a huge amount. So are parking signs going to be directing traffic as people come in, especially visitors? That's one of the questions that we've gotten that when we were helping park cars, and where is whatever, how do I park, where's it? So I know there usually signs coming into town, so will that be the same?
Yes, yeah, Public Works will put up all the signage and everything directing
Directing
people
them
as they're
shuttles
coming.
this way or whatever, because I know when the town, is White Street gonna be closed off then, so they'll need to work around getting
Yes,
around
that's an
there.
important point. North White Street, we will close it down at 8 p.m. on Friday evening. That was right, 8 p.m. to Friday evening till midnight Saturday night. And then there's a few side roads that will be closing down, but those aren't till Saturday morning. Saturday.
I would just say if we could put detours around, because that was the local people knew how to get around the street. But I'd say, well, go down here, I don't know if the name of the street is, the second street on the right, turn there, and they go, oh, okay, you can just tell they were lost. One other question is, are the merchants gonna be cash and or credit, or is it all gonna be, I know a lot of stuff now it's card only, so are we?
Yeah, well, some of them do take cash.
For old people like me. I see you looking at, yeah.
But we're also working with Comporium because some of the vendors had a little trouble last year with their credit card readers with the cell service. So we are working with Comporium to possibly provide a van that will help that situation in the park. So
Great.
Any further questions?
Well, I was gonna say, Google Maps, it'll be updated, showing the road closings and everything, like, is that, Mr. Carlson?
yeah,
I know a lot
yeah,
outside
Chris
the
will be
city.
doing a post about the road closures.
Yeah, and again, this is the 14th year. We have people that have never been to Fort Mill come to the festival, so it'll be new to them. But I commend our Public Works and Police Department for all the effort that goes into structuring safe routes and road shutdowns and helping people get guided to the proper place to park. So if you're new to the festival, just we're a friendly town, just ask, and I'm sure someone will provide you what you need. I'm just really happy that this festival has gone from a world event of 40,000 people to one that is a hometown event for us and for our community. So I'm very, very pleased with the changes that have occurred over the last several years to make this truly a hometown festival that we can all enjoy. So thank you.
Thank you.
And you're going on vacation that following month.
For a
I
month.
wish.
Long time.
All right, thank you, Jacana.
Thank you.
All right, presentation number 4. We go from red to green. Financial statements overview with Shantae Bowler. She'll cover our general fund, gross revenue fund, and stormwater fund. Shantae, thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me, Mayor and members of council. I want to say, I don't know who made the lineup, but why would you put me behind Jacana? I cannot do what she did. Mine will not be that exciting. But anyway.
Equally important.
But anyway, what I wanted to do is give council a briefing on where we are financially in our primary operating funds. This graphic is the best I can do. Give that a hand.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Your hand, absolutely.
But we will just sort of walk a little bit through our general fund and then.
That's not in our slide deck, is it?
Huh?
Is that in our slide deck, David?
No, sir.
Yeah, because that was one of the things I always like, just charts or quick reference.
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you.
We wanted to give you a visual, a little bit. The general fund, of course, this pie represents the budget for the 2023 year, as well as how it breaks down between our various departments and the percentages that make it up. The general fund is our fund that operates most of what we do. One of the biggest factors about our general fund is our property tax, because that's one of our main revenue generators. And we just wanted to share just a bit that our revenues at this time are exceeding our expenditures, and we're pleased about that. Some of the revenues come in at different times of the year. We have revenues that come in monthly, we have revenues that come in quarterly, and we have some that come in annually. So the fluctuations will occur based upon when we receive the funds, as well as when the dollars are being spent. And so we're happy to say at this point that the general fund is in good shape, in that its revenue does exceed its expenditures at this point by about $6.6 million. Any questions before I go to? Part of your support documentation included the spreadsheet that provided some explanations to some of the line items, and I hope that those were satisfactory to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Those were
in helping to explain where we stand. So moving on to the gross revenue fund. Our gross revenue fund is our utility fund. We primarily operate this fund by user fees, meaning the water and sewer bills. So at this point, the gross revenue fund is also healthy. Its revenues exceed its expenditures at this point by $3.6 million. Questions?
Shante, I have just a general question.
Okay.
So looking through the details, and thank you for highlighting the ones that are, because we're 50%, so we should be 50% roughly of budget. Some of them are just, looks like they're budgeted low. I mean, like some of, like, we spent more on maintenance on some of the cars, and you just noticing older cars need to be replaced or whatever.
Yes,
but
sir.
the number that we came with for that, about, did you use like a last 5-year average, or, I mean, it was some really low numbers, but I was just curious how we came up with that budget number, because I know that'd be something we'll be looking at soon.
Yes, sir.
So if you budget $3,000 to support 10 cars, obviously we're going to spend more than that if anything breaks. And how would we come up with that budget number?
I think that's more a Davy answer.
That's kind of why I was looking at David. So I was
Yeah,
just-
and so when the department heads, when we send out, or Shante sends out the budget to the department heads to start building their budget, it always does it does a 3-year look back, I believe, but
Okay.
that's typically how we would use that. Are there any trends as to the fleet that we have in that department, the age of the vehicles, and when you talk about vehicle maintenance, that's kind of a moving target.
And that's just an example, but that's a good example of a lot of them, because
Yes.
there's things that are just budget. So nothing major, but you highlighted them were more than 50%, so it just kind of caught my eye and went through those.
Yes, sir.
So that was good. It's good detail.
All
I
right.
think the important point to make is that as we request this type of update, we're looking for trends. And we're looking for, areas that perhaps are trending outside of our projections. It isn't, as Shante presents, what we have on budget or what we've brought in. It doesn't mean we have that much money we can go out and spend. It does mean that we have plans through the end of the budget year. We have commitments and payments to make through the end of the budget year. And at that point in time, we true up as we're working on next year's budget. But we are truly very pleased to get the information so that you can tell us where we're trending outside of the curve.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And-
and the year-to-date, to follow with the mayor, the year-to-date numbers that's really what we
Yes,
need to see.
those are year-to-date numbers through March. So that's 6 months into the budget year. That's where the 50% target comes from.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to our stormwater utility fund. It's also what we call an enterprise fund, and it's operated by fees. Those fees are the stormwater fees that, for the most part, are attached to our property owners' property tax bills. And those are collected during the same time frame that we collect property tax. And so at this point, it's a fund of one department right now. And so at this point, it is also, its revenues are exceeding its expenditures by about $600,000 at this point. And so that's where we stand concerning our stormwater fund.
And I feel compelled every time we talk about stormwater to ensure that those that are watching at a later date recognize that we did not come up with this concept on our own here at the town of Fort Mill. The program was begun by the state, and we were required by the state to administer this program. The funding, the rules and regulations and guidelines are provided to us by the state. So as that money is collected annually in your tax bill, please note, these are not fees that we dreamed up. These are fees that are required by a state mandate. So just want to make sure everybody understands that.
It's $72, right? The
Yes,
fee.
right now.
There
And then, and so you can buy our wonderful rain barrel program we just had to, you know, I think we had a good turnout for that.
We did, and my understanding, it was pretty good turnout for that, and they have the ability to receive some credits on
Right.
their future bill. So
Right.
it's this is our first year. Our stormwater department has taken that on, and seems like it's been a very positive experience, and we hope to increase that in future years.
Yeah. Good job, staff.
A lot of creativity in that department right now.
So question, and Dave, you should probably, so the tap fees, like, because Shantae was talking about most of it's coming for the tax bills, but the new tap fees, when you tap into it for new construction, does that go into this fund or does that go somewhere else?
That goes into the gross revenue fund.
Okay.
You know, we can't
That's what I thought.
take out of one and put in the other.
Yeah,
All right,
great.
good
Okay.
stuff.
Great information.
Thank you.
All
Looks like we're
right, well,
trending well.
that's it for me.
Well, thank
Remember
you.
now, that's where we stand right now. We have 6 more months to go.
Thank you, Shantae.
Thank
That's,
you for compiling this. It's very helpful.
Thank you.
I would like to make comment as well that for my 18 years on council, we have been steadily a frugal community. We've been conservative in the monies that we budget, in the monies that we charge, and in the monies that we use. Throughout the pandemic, we froze our budget and absolutely put our nose to the wall and said, we're going to do this. And I'm always proud that we get an unqualified, excellent rating in our audits. So this aspect of our community often goes unrecognized because nobody wants to talk about it when it's a good deal, right? But it's a good deal for Fort Mill and its citizens that we manage the funds and do the work that is done in this way, and that we have positive results financially. So thank you. All right, with that, there are no old business items, so we'll move directly into new business item number 1, a resolution designating the sites of a public festival, the Strawberry Sprint and Stroll 5K, Downtown Strawberry Jam, and the South Carolina Strawberry Festival, at which alcoholic beverages may be consumed, and to authorize special event permits for live music, sound amplifying equipment, and fireworks. Jacana, you are our subject matter expert.
So we are asking Town Council to approve a resolution designating Main Street from Tom Hall Street to Academy Street, Confederate Street, and the municipal lots beside Fort Mill Police Department and behind the Improper Pig area for the Strawberry Sprint and Stroll 5K on Saturday, April the 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the South Carolina Strawberry Festival on Saturday, May 6th from 10 a.m. To 10 p.m., but the alcohol will only be sold 3:30 to 9 30 at the festival. But then we are also asking for a special event permit for live music and sound amplifying equipment on these dates, and also for our fireworks display at 9:45 p.m. At the festival on May 6th.
Any questions for Jacana? I'm sure this runs concurrent with the previous times that we have approved this for the festival. No significant changes. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Ronnie and a second from Mr. Wolf. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, Chris.
I'm thinking about strawberry shortcake every time.
Yeah, I've
she
already
starts.
gained 5
I'm hungry.
pounds just from this
I'm hungry.
presentation. All right, there are no information discussion items, but however, we do have a committee report. Committee report number 1, ad hoc appointments, advisory committee recommendations. I believe Councilman Hudgens is going to handle this for us.
The ad hoc committee consisting of myself, Mayor Savage, and Councilman Helms, along with staff, met on March 20th and reviewed the applications for expiring and vacated seats on the Board of Zoning Appeals, Historic Review Board, and Planning Commission. After careful consideration, we have made the following recommendations. For the Board of Zoning Appeals, we would recommend appointing Patrick Williams to serve a new 3-year term for seat 6, which will expire on April 18th, 2026. Recommend reappointing Amber Bryant to serve a new 3-year term for seat 4, which will expire on April 18th, 26. For the Historic Review Board, we recommend appointing Heineck Latang to serve a new 3-year term for seat 6, which will expire on April 18th, which, side note, Heineck, I believe, spent 10 years on Planning Commission. Is that right? So very, very qualified, diligent volunteer for the town. Seat 7, which is a second seat in the Historic Review Board that was open, recommend appointing Joanne Walker to serve a new 3-year term for seat 7, which will expire on April 18th of 26. And for Planning Commission, there were also 2 seats that were available. The first, recommend reappointing Sarah Curtis to serve a new 3-year term for seat 6, which will expire on April 18th of 26. And the second seat, recommend appointing Aaron Pratt to serve a new 3-year term for seat 7, which will expire also on April 18th, 2026.
And I believe that Mr. Hudgens is making a motion to council to approve those recommendations. Is that correct?
I have a friendly to that.
Okay.
There's a typo seat for Amber Bryant is actually for seat 7, not in. You said seat 4. That's the way it's written.
Yeah, okay. I
Yes,
thought it
it's
was
actually seat 7.
the second seat. Okay, it was seat 4. Okay, second seat available. No.
And I'd second
Accepted.
with that amendment.
Right.
You have a motion. You have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed. And once again, I think explanation is really important. These volunteers come forth and provide their name, their address, their contact information, and also the reason they're interested in a particular role. We also look at their background and their experience as we evaluate those that are interested in serving. So we look at experience first. Second, we work to balance the wards so that the community as a whole, as often as humanly possible, is represented in each of these roles. We also, in my time on council, have come up with new attendance policies. At one point in time, we didn't look very hard at that, and some term limits to ensure that we continue to provide the type of service and volunteer opportunities that our community deserves. We had at one point in time 72 volunteers on roll, and once we appoint and move to the next session where we have a vacancy or a term limit expiration, we will take new volunteers. So if you haven't heard or you aren't volunteering or weren't chosen, that doesn't mean you won't be. So please, by all means, remain interested in serving the community through volunteerism if at all possible. And to those like Mr. Thomas that have given so much of their free time and effort, I thank you, and I know this council does as well. Okay? All right,
Also
with,
have another recommendation.
you got another one?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
And in addition, the committee would like to make a recommendation to council to direct staff to propose a text amendment to establish attendance guidelines and social media responsibility guidelines to members of all volunteer boards.
I need a second for that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, thank you so much. Ben, thank you for collecting that information and presenting it. We
Yeah,
appreciate
good job.
Thank you, Mr. Pettit.
And I'd like to follow up with what the mayor said, so volunteers make the town operate, and we appreciate people that get involved, get involved in your community. And this is the one place you don't go to SCStrawberryFestival.com if it's on the website, because people ask me, how do you get involved? And I think the form's on the website to submit, and so I appreciate everybody getting involved and participating.
Yeah, there's a lot of time involved. It's not just to show up and vote and talk about things. There's agendas that are sent out and are carefully prepared, and there's a lot of homework to do, to travel through the town, to go look at the situation or whatever you're dealing with, and do your homework, so when you get here you're properly prepared and be prepared to serve. So there's a lot to it.
All righty then, there are no executive items on our agenda this evening, so for a very quick roundtable, Mr. Wolf, what do you have for the good of the whole?
Happy to see spring has finally arrived, and excited to the Strawberry Festival is kicking off, so we can show our community to our visitors and guests and residents. I'm also a heavy heart with all the violence and crime that seems to be plaguing our society. And I just like to ask people to work together on the things that unite us and not the things that divide us. It's Fort Mills obviously, luckily, has not seen this, but it's just heartbreaking to see those in the news every day. So.
Okay, Mr. Moody?
I'm glad this year's going by really fast. It's always, you get to the Final Four Masters Week and you kind of blink like, all right, this is one of the greatest sports weeks, and now we're already talking about Strawberry Festival, and it's just, thank you staff for all you do. In putting that event together, I could not imagine even trying to fathom of how you guys do it, but you do a great job, and thank you for all the efforts in doing that. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Helms?
I'm good.
Mr. Garrison?
Piggyback on what they're saying as far as the Strawberry Festival. Heck, the presentation you gave, there's a lot of work that went into that, so even that portion of it. So again, to Jacana, to you and to the committee as well. I want everybody to take note of the little pin I'm wearing here. This was a present from the American Legion. It was from their 100th birthday party that they had a couple weeks ago. And I was honored to present a proclamation from the town there. Commander Keith Feely and the whole organization over there, just a bunch of just absolute great folks. So if you're not involved with them, please do get involved.
They serve the town and our community in so many ways.
Yes, they
We
do.
don't do an event that they're not involved in some shape, form, or fashion, and they do it without complaint. So
With a smile on their face.
I appreciate you attending their celebratory event and reading our proclamation.
Absolutely.
Mr. Hudgens?
Spent a lot of time, or several hours, parking cars at the Strawberry Festival last year, and I was taken back by the amount of people that were not familiar with the area. And I think it's just critical to make sure we as a town extend all of our hospitality to those that are coming in and not familiar with our town, to be patient in their parking and their moving cars around and finding their way around town and all, and just to extend that kindness and kind of show off what we're known for in our small town.
To blend your comment with Councilman Wolf's comment, I do think we have an anger problem in our country these days. It's unfortunate that we turn to anger instead of compassion, and I know frustration, we all do, but I think it's a whole lot better if we're all kind with one another when possible. So with that, I would like to at least show condolences for one of our prior, help me, dispatchers, Danny Robinson. Danny lived on Academy Street when I was a child, and you wouldn't meet a nicer gentleman. Just big heart, beautiful smile, and just a loving individual, and he passed away last Friday night. I would like to extend our condolences to his family. Our employees are important to us. I know that we struggle to meet the needs of the community and catch up with technology and keep the books straight and do everything we do. But when it comes down to it, we're all family. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you so much. We enjoyed having you.